Yo, yo, yo. Starting to teach me stream. Oh, my mic is working. If you're watching the VOD, so once this is out, if you're watching the VOD, then yep, so we'll just be playing some games. If there's any questions, we can go over practice mode and that. If you do watch the VODs, I'll probably play some games myself as well. You know, yo, what's good? What's good, Tucci? What you saying, broski? Probably stream for about between an hour to 2 hours. Between that. And I might actually go stream on YouTube, either like FIFA or Tekken and that. Because obviously I do variety on YouTube, but no, I mean, so I do variety on Twitch, but YouTube's my thing. So this is where the Naruto content's at. But yeah, what you saying, Tucci? Alright, I'll play some games in the meantime. Make sure you hit that like button as well. Thanks for those who showing up. Obviously, man's for me to get monetized, I need to get my watch hours up. So if you're just chilling, you're just watching, even if you're lurking, it's appreciated because it will tally up to my watch hours. And once I get my watch hours, then I can start making like, you know what I'm saying, them YouTube peas. I can be like E one day. Oh, okay, it's gonna freaking I don't know. Mm-mm. Yo, what's up, Magics? What you saying, bro? Nice to see, nice to see. Sorry, I was just checking something, so I wasn't even concentrating for a second. But yeah, if you don't have any questions or if there's anything that you don't want me to go over, then let me know. I'll stop my matches. I'll go into practice mode and I'll do whatever I can do to help you guys. You know what I'm saying? How are you this Sunday evening? I'm good. Just got home from work literally like 15, 20 minutes ago. Time to wind down. Basically, yeah. Time to wind down a little piece. My favorite character in Storm. So is this in like the Naruto series or specifically Storm? My favorite character in Storm, I'm not really sure because there's a lot of characters I like. So I don't know if I have a favorite character. Yeah, you thought. Okay, so he's just gonna play off of defense. Really? Okay. What he doesn't know is that I play Poison Akami. Counter? Punish? Oh no, I figure he's always ready for the counter. That doesn't come. Oh wow, the juicy didn't come out. Counter? I just realized I have the health lead. What am I doing? I have the health lead. Counter? Yeah. Okay, so he's just gonna sub the counters. Bam, bam, bam. Naruto, play off of defense, double dash. He's gonna sub, dash and stop, break his guard, dash. Oh, okay, never mind. I fucked up the dash. Right now he's dead. Oh, he got saved. He got saved. Counter? Doesn't counter. Counter? Yep. He loves the counter. I will say switch comboing is something I struggle with. Switch comboing? So do you mean like where you do a combo switch and a character does a few hits first? Yo, man, like Poison Okami, you know, rocking up, you know what I'm saying? Oh, it's gonna hit me. Man, Man like Poison. Oh, man like E rocked up as well, you know. Man said that all of WOD is here. All of them are here now. Does he think that's gonna work? Oh. 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 Hold that. Hold that. Oh, okay. Alright. Man like Flow here. I said, man like Poison's here. Man, yo, the stars are aligned. You have E and Poison in the chat. And I'm here since when? When does that happen? Oh, you know what? I'm just gonna run. I'm gonna play his game. I'm gonna play Timer just because he annoyed me. Let's do this. People don't understand, right? That I can be the most runaway bastard known to man if I really want to. I'm gonna time him out now. He did this to himself. This isn't my fault. I feel like this is a valid way to go about life because oh yeah, I'm gonna waffle while I do it. So I feel like this is a value thing to go about in life. If you piss off RJ, then certain things happen. If you think about it, right? If you connect the stars between the moon and the sun, right, and you connect the stars between the sun and my top lip, I feel like this is very like important information to go by. Do you know what I'm saying? Like because like you know, I think that it's fair to say, right, that the circumference of this map compared to the size of my TV, that I think is valued information to go about things. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not my fault in this regard because he started it, so that makes it okay, right? See, like, I currently have no subs and he can't do nothing about it, so there's not really much I could do. He's gonna counter. See, look, this isn't my fault, guys. Okay, like, does it matter if I'm not doing damage? I don't mind. I'm not even looking at the chat. I just don't know what's going on here. To be fair, you could be saying whatever at this point. I'm just gonna keep doing this. Um, so what else can I talk about? Shino. You know Shino's green, right? He has two different heights of green, but how do we know that he doesn't have five? If you think about it, they'll ask me how I came to this conclusion, but he might have five. Oh, well, that's the first time he's pressed circle. I wonder if I can actually time him out. I'm not even gonna try and kill him. I'm just gonna time him out. See what happens. Oh, I think he's pissed now. That's fine. Hold that. Hold that. Hold that. Hold that. Hold that. Hold that. I'm gonna touch the chakra now. Nope. Hold that. Just keep doing this. See what happens. You think he's mad? Hold that. You know what I'm saying? Like, Sheena, I'm not gonna lie, Side Chakra Kunai is really good. I just wanna time him out. Just gonna block this. Oh, I didn't block it. Strike back. Bow. Yep. Come from here. Bust to the side. Yep. I'm gonna combo him here. He's just joined the party, camel. Yep. Keep going from here. Yep. You cannot stop me. And we've timed him out. Success. This might see now that is the perfect representation of when you're playing solely defensive that you just can't play aggressive. Like he just couldn't play aggressive. He was so stubborn on defense that he just didn't play aggressive.
This man's out here waffling. I can't believe it, bro.
Of
I've come to
course.
put a stop at this. I've come to put a stop to
I got to put a stop to this. I said revenge.
this.
Alright, let me keep
But
up with
what's
the
good?
chat now. So yo, Flo's here. What's good? Magic say combo guide. The whole squad's here. Yep, the whole squad's here. What we saying? Man said I should join the party to stop this. Ah, weak. what we saying? Could never be getting tried out. RJ, what's the way to get players like this? I mean, do what I just did. If someone's playing defensive and you don't have the aggression to stop it, I mean, I did. I was just being an asshole. But just be defensive, and then they have to fight you. And if they aren't gonna fight you, then they're gonna lose. This is gonna happen.
Facts.
Uh,
Meg
do
Mergic
you
said
watch
he's
One Piece?
struggling to do the
You
switch
gone?
combo.
Yeah,
Mergic
yeah.
said
Okay,
he's
so I'll go
struggling.
into practice mode and I'll go over it. I was just playing a match, so obviously something for everyone to watch. Can we get a set on stream? You want us to have a set on stream, Overlord?
I would be down because I recently got fiber as well, but I'm also feeling very lazy right now. So
Fair enough. I mean, I'm mainly here to just help people. I don't even play like the. I don't think you don't understand the rust that is me right now. There's
I'm
more
done.
rust on me than there is on my heater, and my heater's pretty rusty.
I'm done.
Like, if you think about how many equators are on the moon, right, and how bright the sun is, yeah, that is like a fraction of how rusty I am. You see what I'm saying?
I feel you. Waffle man RJ.
Thank you. I'm just saying, innit? Mm.
But Mergix, pressing circle and switching at the same time won't get you the switch combo. You have to press it at the same time, but you have to press circle first, basically.
So,
If that
how
makes sense.
the best way that I do it for input wise, do circle, switch, and then circle, but very quick. You want to double tap circle, so don't do it slow. You know how you just double tap circle real quick? Like, don't even do it slow, just yeah, the controller.
You know
That's
what
like
I
me double
find?
tapping it, like bap, bap, like real
You,
fast.
you know what
You
I
on?
find when teaching people is that like when you everyone interprets fast differently. So my fast, like I feel like if we talk about an LJ, if we say you need to do it fast, we get how fast.
Yeah, but that's why I'm saying it now. You know when you double tap something, like you
Yeah,
just you double tap it quick, like that's with everyone, right?
that's what
You
I'm
just
saying though. I feel like other people will be like, you know how if we said yeah, double tap it fast, we'll be like, wait, hold on. We'll be like,
yeah,
can you hear
yeah.
that?
But you know, like when
But
you
someone
know
else will interpret it as
like when you're
that.
using your mouse and keyboard, right? And you're gonna click on something. Instead of doing one click, you do a quick. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying do that with a circle button.
Mm,
Right? Once you've done that with the circle button, you want to input the switch in between the circles. That's how I do it. There are other ways of doing it where you could hold circle and do it. So you hold circle, press circle and switch, but you hold the circle for a bit. I don't do that. I just double tap and then that's it. That's how I
Same.
do
The
it.
problem, obviously, holding circle is very good for getting it consistently if you're trying to learn it for the first time. The only problem with that at the higher levels is that after you do a switch combo, you mainly use it for setup or for stun. So
Yeah,
holding it wastes time because you're gonna go do something else after you've done the switch
yeah,
combo.
yeah. So that's why I double tap. I don't hold circle for that reason.
I just press it once because I learned the input and the timing. I literally always just press it once. So I do circle then switch, but really fast. And it always comes out like 95% of the time.
Oh
But I
yeah, it
know,
does. I'm doing it now.
see, you see. But you just need to learn the timing, innit? But I know I'm one of the rare people because a
Oh
lot of
yeah.
people double type it
I'm
quick.
only pressing it once through.
Yeah, come on, bro. So that's how I do it.
So you're just saying
But
I'm gifted because man just did it. No, I'm calm, fam.
come on, bro. Your method is the hold method. No, it isn't. It really isn't. I don't hold it. I
No,
literally
bro,
tap
I'm
it.
doing it right now, and I swear to God, I'm tapping it. I'm not holding it. On my life. On my
I do
life, I'm
my
pressing. I'm just tapping circle and switching.
yeah.
That's. I swear to God, that's what I'm doing.
Momoshiki's infinite combo, isn't it four circles, then jump and walk to your opponent, or four circles, then hollow step? But yeah, I don't use the hold method. I like playing fast. I don't have time to hold buttons. Even if it's for 1 second, I don't have that time, bro.
Oh, I didn't even know that you could freaking do this.
Yeah, so
Cause
there's
I'm
the
not
hold
holding it.
method. There's the single tap method that I use, and then there's the double tap method that RJ was talking about. So there's multiple ways to do it. You just
You
need to
need
do
a
the method.
Momoshiki infinite combo, brother. Do you not see that long ass stun in his combo?
So Overlord, first 4 circle presses and then you jump and walk to him. Don't have time to hold buttons. Yeah, same bro, that's long.
Yeah,
Now
big
for real
facts.
boys,
Facts, bro.
the
Facts of an X, bro. Honestly,
honestly.
facts of an X.
Yo, Harris, you've actually been asking about this for years. What are you specifically struggling with, my guy?
Bro, so he's talking about the fundamentals to approaching. Man can do that. I need to do a video on that anyways. So if you don't want, it might take like, I'm not gonna lie, if I'm doing the fundamentals and approaching, then I can go over all of it, but it'll probably take me like half an hour. Low key.
I
So I
can
can
I
go
can
over it.
join if you need help, but yeah.
I mean, yeah, I mean, explanation wise, no, but display
Yeah.
wise, yes.
You
But
said, yeah, I
explanation.
don't need your help. I
Yeah, I
got my
know,
own
but I'm gonna
voice. I
see what
got,
anyone else wants because that's gonna take a bit. So if I do that
yeah.
and people asking questions, let me see what everyone else are asking, and then man will go over the approaching thing. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, the double
Wait,
tap seems
said,
effective for me. Hey, do whatever works for you, honestly.
yeah. You need to do, like, out of all the methods, you need to pick the method that is the most comfortable for you and most consistent for you.
Yeah,
That's what you need to
Overlord, by the
concentrate
way,
on.
Infinite's here. You can literally jump in place and do it, or if you got the hollow step, you can hollow step there, or you can bust a pill. You know what I'm saying? Like, but the Infinite's here. I'm surprised you didn't know this, considering this is one of your mains. And
Wait, Overlord, did you search for a Momoshiki guide? Because I'm pretty sure
I
me
have
and
one.
RJ, yeah, me and RJ have one. So,
I
boy,
have one.
you're spoilt for choice. Flo said, nah, 90, your method of pressing circle and switching is the same as the hold mechanic. For the hold method, you only have to
I fight
hold
without
up,
it. Yeah, I'm not
hold
gonna
up
lie.
to the switch. It's the
If
same
you're
as pressing
ever
and
using
tapping.
characters, I believe to use your character to the best of that capability. And not using an infinite combo that takes no chakra is a big fat L for you.
Overlord, you're not using Momoshiki optimally. That's all I have to say
Yeah,
to you.
even Poison's got a guide. You've got the dynamic trio that have one.
For real. So you just pick the guide of the person that you like the most. Boom. Or you can
There you
watch all
go.
of ours.
For real, why'd you have to pick? Just watch all three.
Facts. But nah, Flo, I don't hold it. Trust me, man. Bro, I need to do hand cam and just send you a like 30-second video. I do not hold
Any
it.
kind of
I don't have
video
time.
suggestion, Harris, put in my
Mm,
Discord video suggestions.
mm.
Because I can't answer that now because I'm doing the stream. But any video ideas you have, go to my Discord. I have a section that's literally listed video suggestions. Put all the videos you want in there. So then when I run out of ideas, because I do be doing that, I will check the video suggestions and then you're most likely going to get the one you want. Mhm.
Flo said, E, you don't have to hold the button for the hold method. Okay, so why is it called the hold method if you're not holding any buttons? That's
Learn
dumb.
Momo times 3 over.
As
For
long
a
as the
year.
attack
I've never seen
happens.
you ask for this.
Mm.
You know, ask me.
But
I've never seen you come to me and ask, have you asked E for this? This is different.
he definitely has multiple
Yeah, so
times, and I've gone
but me,
over it
I've never
multiple
seen it.
times. So I'm just wondering, what are you struggling with? Because you asked me this bare, and I've gone over it with you.
You've been asking E. Yeah, so that's E. This is me now. You're talking to me now. So I'm saying go there do you know what I mean?
So why is it called the hold method? That's dumb. They need to change the
I don't
name.
play sets, Overlord. I will play with viewers, but I don't do sets. The reason why I don't do sets is because people take it to like I'm streaming. I'm more focused on entertaining than playing and winning. So I
I
don't do
lie.
sets because people take it seriously, and then if I don't play up to par, they like to go crazy. So I'll run it endless, and people come and join and do whatever. But I'm more focused on entertaining the stream than winning my match. I'm not competitive, bro. Like, like I'm not a competitive player. Like, do you know what I'm saying?
Switch dash shuriken. Yeah, that's the I mean, it depends. There's a universal way, and then there's character specific ways, isn't it? And then obviously there's the guard break way. So yeah, man. And they're all really fast. Instant guard break is fast.
Show me the quickest
Switch
guard
dash and
break
kuna is
strategy.
bad.
Well, the instant guard breaks that you have, there's a bunch of ways that you could do it. I need to put it on guard. So it depends on the kunai, so which is good at Hashirama. This what's this called again? what's this called again? Demon Wind Shuriken, right? Sorry, English, you know what I mean, memory, you know what I'm saying? This isn't really
That,
good for it because what this does is that it does break the guard, but because it hits multiple times, it will break and then hit them out the guard stun. So you don't want to do it
lie.
with this. You don't want to do it with usually any real special kind of character. Like, it's not the worst, but it's not the best, right? That's the thing with them. So you don't really want to use. Yeah, yeah, I'm rusty at English as well. I'm not gonna lie. I've been speaking Spanish. Uno, dos, we can not speak English. You know what I'm saying? And
Key
I'm
said,
not gonna lie, I've been at work. I do hospitality. I've been talking for the longest.
Malai.
It's been a big, and it's on a Sunday as well on the weekend, so you already know. But yeah, the kunai that is best to do, Pain's kunai is good, but this kunai is also kind of good. This is kind of like Pain's kunai, but usually you want to use like shuriken. So like, okay, I know I'll just pick it. Let's not be lazy. But like for example, Sasuke has these. I'm gonna pick a good one, a bad one, and like a okay one. What's like a okay one? E?
Kirin Sasuke is okay Shuriken, but it's kind low-key kind of the worst in the game in a competitive setting.
What for instant guard breaks? No, it's not.
Yeah, is that throw speed is absolute trash.
But he throws the same. No, it's the type of shuriken. The shuriken's the same.
Yeah, yeah, the Shuriken's alright, but
Yeah, yeah. So it can't be.
you don't get, it's not practical because the throw speed is trash.
Listen, I'll show you, fam. This is RJ talking. We got this, bro. Together.
Bro, try it and watch what happens. And Key said, why don't you guys have the same controls as Adrian? It's easier. We
Because
don't
my
need to
name is
change our
RJ.
controls. Yeah, we don't need to change our controls because we already do switch tech fast with default. You only change it if you're struggling with switch tech or you want to do the easy method. But if I'm already doing it
E, are you
fast, why
sure?
would I switch it? What?
Look at the stream.
Look at the stream.
Yeah, look at the stream when he gets there.
Oh, no, I'm not talking about that one. That's the character specific instant guard break. I was talking about the switch dash into Shuriken. You know, the
Yeah,
universal
this
one that
works
all
as
characters
well.
can do.
Look, it's red now. Bro, I'm telling you, it works. Because I do. I know I don't play him often, but look, it's red now.
No, you're using his chakra kunai. I mean his base Shuriken,
Nah,
not
that's
his chakra
different.
kunai.
That's how you do it. You can't do a base shuriken.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's
Nah,
trash.
yeah, but anyone's you can't do a base shuriken. You have to
I
use
mean,
chakra shuriken in the neutral.
you can do it like Poison's way. So Poison will do a switch dash, jump, throw Shuriken, and it will go to red.
Oh yeah, but I do that to get in, like this, like the way you're
Yeah,
doing it
yeah,
now, like
yeah,
this. Yeah, yeah, I do that regardless. With that, that works with most characters. But I'm talking about in
yeah,
terms of like the one that I was doing with the chakra shuriken, like this kind of shuriken that Sasuke throws, right? This where there's multiple. Do you see? That's like the best
yeah,
set. Neji has this as well.
yeah.
That's like the best shuriken to do instant guard breaks. The worst one is this Rasen shuriken.
I
Like this
agree.
Rasen shuriken right here. That's the worst one. Don't use that. If you
Yeah,
have that on your
nonsense.
squad, you're better off just doing the jump kunai like this. Honestly,
Poison always, bro,
you're better off
always.
doing this. See how it's red health? See, I just did it with the normal shuriken as well. You're a camel, you know.
Wait, with the normal Shuriken, do
Yeah,
it
I just
again.
did it. You'll see it in the thing. Not here, because I just messed up, so I'm not going to count that one. Here, what
Poison, I
else?
have to, man. You know my counter-based playstyle. I have to analyze people's playstyles slash approach. Yeah, you did it with Neji's. I saw that.
Yeah, you did it with Neji's, but I used to do it with thingies. I didn't jump.
Because the way Poison plays, if you use stationary defense, he'll just be like, "Cool, I'll open you up with switch dash shuriken. Thanks for playing the game."
Thanks for playing the game.
No, legit though. But the only bad thing about, you know how you did switch chakra, no, switch dash chakra shuriken,
Hmm.
and it breaks the instant guard. It's not really practical and competitive because
So you got,
everyone uses, most P players uses dynamic defense, so they're constantly moving.
yeah, but then it comes down to locking down, innit?
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
know what
But
I'm
then
saying?
that's where you
But
just
it is
use jutsu
possible.
buffers.
Like for example, any time where you would block a chakra dash, that's the instant guard break opportunity in that method. Do you see what I'm saying? And in competitive sets, you're gonna block a chakra dash. Like it's
Mm,
gonna happen. Worst best case scenario, it hits and they sub the kunai. I'll take that as well.
yeah, true.
How do you fight without chakra? Ideally, you don't want to do that. But if you have no chakra, your main objective is to get away from the person to get chakra because you lose a lot when you don't have chakra. When you don't have chakra, your triangle button doesn't exist. So jutsus that don't exist. Chakra dash that don't exist. Chakra like you ideally don't want to fight without it. But to get away, you can use the infinite guard strategy. You gotta have good neutral, good spacing. Like you need to be able to be strong in the neutral game in order to play it, which I do have guides for that. But to play without chakra, that's literally what you want to do. You don't want to commit to anything. Like if you catch them in a combo, usually if I'm catching someone in a combo, like I'll do a combo like this, and I'll try. And my aim is to knock them away. Like I want to get them away from me. You see what I'm saying? Like I'll even combo buffer and walk away. Like I don't want to be close to you. At least let me get a little bit of chakra, so then I have enough to like do like a chakra dash cancel like this or something. Like I'm trying to get out so I can get my space.
Oh man, I think overall you're kind of asking the wrong question because,
Yeah,
as I've said in the Itachi versus Geza first five, having no chakra is worse than having no subs because your options are very, very limited. If you have chakra and have no subs, you still have a lot of your options. You just have to use them optimally. So you're not trying to fight when you have no chakra. You're trying to defend yourself. And then, like RJ said, you can use the infinite guard strategy, kunai ninja moving, all that good stuff. You never want to try and genuinely approach your opponent with no chakra. They will blow you up, bro, if they're a competent player. Like how RJ is doing right now. You're not
yeah. I
you're
was
not
just an
dealing
autopilot.
you're not dealing with that with no chakra. You're just gonna get blown up. That's why
Oh
you
my
run
god.
away. Ew, that's up. Huh? That's a really
But if
touchy.
no one has any questions, then I'm gonna go over David Harris thing, and I'm gonna do the fundamentals and approaching your opponent in this. I'm going to do a video on that anyways, but you will basically just get like an early thing. I do this with my students already, but it is something that if you've not, I did do a video on why aggressive players don't do this, and this is literally the missing piece to having a very strong aggressive play style. This is why Poison's aggression is so strong. Do you know what I'm saying? This is why when E chooses to fight you, that it's a long day. Like, this is the reason. Like, I'll explain it. You can invite me and I'll join it.
Alright.
Then
Touchy, thank you. Someone that gets it. Oh my days. So many people in the community don't understand what you just said. Oh.
I do believe, I'll be honest, I do believe there is a best button layout for this game. I do
As
agree with
in
that.
switching the chakra to L1 to R1.
Yeah, I do believe that, or wherever. Even if that's not it, I do believe that is a best like layout. But you also need to remember that there are also old players that have been playing with the basic controls for time. And as someone who, for example, like myself, who has no interest in being competitive anymore, why would I do that? Why would I go through that? I would I put myself through that?
Yeah, you have to work against muscle memory. Like
You know what I
L1 for
mean?
chakra and L1 for attack may very well be the optimal layout, but people think just because they change their controls they're gonna be a top player. It
Yeah,
doesn't work
no,
like that,
doesn't
bro.
work like that. Just because you change your controls, it doesn't mean things are going to be easier for you. It just means that like doing certain things might basically it makes certain things like switch dashing very easy for you, but in terms of the knowledge of how to use those things, like how those things work, why they're good, when to use them, how to use them optimally, how to use them efficiently, that comes down to you as a person and your understanding and knowledge of the game.
Can't play this game anymore. I keep thinking I can push block because of DS. Nah,
Fair
for you
enough.
to get out of guard pressure. What I love about Stormfall is that getting out of guard pressure is very unique. Like, if you're applying guard pressure and there's a gap and you have the correct tilt, you can get tilt out of it. If you don't, then there's the universal tilt switch counter. I love the guard pressure in this game. I'm not gonna lie to you. Very, very unique, and it rewards character knowledge. Oh, RJ invited you.
Yeah.
I don't like Demon Slayer because it doesn't really. I mean, it has guard pressure, but it doesn't really have guard pressure because you can push black out of literally everything. Momoshiki has the best tilt for guard pressure. Huh?
You have the best tilt
No,
for guard pressure. You're on crack cocaine.
no.
You're smoking dosh. Wherever you're smoking, stop doing it. If you're
Stuff like
referring
that,
to
bro.
escaping guard pressure, you're smoking dosh. If I'm referring to doing guard pressure, you're still smoking dosh. Because the best person to get out of guard pressure is Mifune or War Obiter. If you're referring to
Yeah,
do guard pressure, escaping, yeah, Mifune and White Mars Obiter.
facts.
Bosh, no, dosh. Change the B to D. You're smoking dosh. Escaping is Mifune. Mifune, you cannot like do a full combo with anyone in the game and Mifune not tilt out of it. Put it that way.
Man
And
like
I'm not talking
Mifune.
tilt switch because tilt switch anyone can do that. It's just execution. But
Mm,
I'm talking he can sit as Mifune and he can punish you just by tilting. He just goes and ooh, and that's it. He's gone.
facts, and I'm safe, and I can convert. Oh, my Daisy's too good.
Yeah, it's camel antics personally.
I'm done.
All right, man's gonna pick this. Man's gonna pick this. Man's gonna pick this. All right, so we're gonna talk about approaching. Just for Harris, he's been asking for this. Harris, I'm gonna do a video on it also. To be fair, I was supposed to, because the people I'm teaching, when I'm teaching them neutral, I've got I've got a video for all types of neutral, but I don't have one for approaching your opponent. So I was like, that's not like me.
How do you know he's still here, though? I swear I've explained it to this man for
Is
like four
Harris here?
times. I'm not
Harris,
joking.
are you here? Because I'm doing this for everyone, but I mean doing this for you as well.
I swear I've explained this to him multiple times. I need him to explain himself. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, but I think he's just talking about the fundamentals of approaching. I can already do that because
Bro, I
I haven't
guarantee
go
you
through it.
I've explained that to him. I guarantee you.
Yeah, yeah, I
I'm
know,
willing
but
to
I'm
place
gonna
money.
go in depth with everything. I spoke about this in my other stream as well, the one that me and E did, where I went over everything, but I'm gonna go over specifically that. Yeah, so I'm gonna go over that now. I just need Harris to be here. If he's not here, I'm still gonna go over it, and I'll just tell him to go watch the VOD. But he asked for it. Flo says this is Team Seven IRL. I think he's referring to me.
Mm. Legit, bro. You would like to know how to approach. There's different types of approaching.
Yo,
There's
E,
catching,
have you
lockdown.
played? Have you played my main, your main, and Mitch's main in the team? You know it's actually pretty good.
Yeah. You recommended
It's
that
actually
team to me
pretty
a
good.
while ago.
Mhm.
It's actually got decent synergy, fam. Bro, what I learned today is that Kirin Sasuke is trash at strike back conversions. Oh my goodness gracious me.
I would say the only thing good about it is that his grab goes high, so you can like jump, dash, and land, and then shoot a grab out, I guess, and it couldn't beat Suns.
Yeah,
Apart from
but
that, yeah.
goodness me, like that is another reason why I would pick Rene Sasuke over Kirin Sasuke in the E team because Rene Sasuke can do strike back conversions fine. Kirin
But
Sasuke,
yeah, I've been
he
saying
drops
this to
it.
the cows come home. He's beat it. Karen Sasuke is
Nah,
beat
G,
it. I've been
nah,
saying
G,
this.
nah,
He's a B
G.
tier character. He might be at the top
Look
of
at
B,
it,
but he's B
look
tier.
at it, look at it,
I
look
will
at it.
die on this hill.
I guess Harris isn't here, but I'm
All right,
ready
well, I
to go
guess
over
Harris
it.
isn't here. So if you lot do see Harris anywhere, you don't know what stream it is, I'm going to go over it. I'm going to go over everything right now that I teach to my students. Literally, you lot are having a stream session going from here. Before I'm going to answer this guy's question, do you think Ino is a good character? Yep, I think she's so underrated. I think she's so underrated. Like, so underrated. I think that she's really, really good. She's got She's got a good combo buffer. Her first hit combos into a jutsu, so if you do a one hit jutsu buffer, that combos. Combo buffer itself gives you so much stun time, so you have time to literally go have a shit, come back, and you can still convert.
Bruh.
Mhm. She's got a lot of high damage, especially in her down combo. Now that they fixed her air combo is pretty good. She can combo off a grab with either a dash, a jump dash, or a tilt. If you jump dash, she can then grab you again, which then gets you into a loop, which causes mind games because you can do a mix up. She can jump dash, and then because you're scared of the grab, which comes out so quick, you're thinking, oh, let me sub the grab, and then she does something else. So it can also sub trap you. Yeah, she's good. Her tilt comes out fast as hell. Debatably the best ninja move kunai in the game.
Nah, ooh, Momoshiki,
Debatably, I said debatably, I said debatably, nigga. Get off my. Okay, I said debatably, I said debatably. Yeah, I
I feel
said
like it's between.
debatably.
I feel like it's between her definitely because her acceleration is disgusting. Like they has
Bro,
acceleration on her actual kunai ninja move. Her and Momoshiki because Momoshiki has. I think he has the best distance. Like he literally goes
no,
half screen.
Eno goes further than Momoshiki all day
Really?
long,
You
fam.
sure? You
100%, yeah.
sure? You
Bro, she
sure?
literally skinny bop across the map, bruv. Like,
Momoshiki
she
does the
ate
same
clothes.
thing.
Yeah, but not like Eno. Look, you've seen Poison play Eno, and this man does
Of
one
course,
thing,
it's
and man's
very
out.
annoying.
He's
It's very
out.
annoying.
See you later.
He'll be on no
Back.
subs and he'll be like, bye.
Literally. Like, his Eno ninja move is like seeing a black person in a horror movie. In
I'm
a bit.
done.
Nowhere to be found.
Nah, for real though.
Do you see what I'm saying? Right? So,
But let's give these people
alright,
what they
so
want.
alright, I've stalled long enough for Harris. Unfortunately, he's not here. And guys, if you do see Harris, because he has been asking for this, direct him here. Harris, when you watch this in a VOD, here you go. I will be making a video on it as well, coming soon. So if you don't want to watch it rather than trying to find it in the stream, then it's cool. So yeah, so the fundamentals
Ina's.
of approaching. So you're gone. Say what you before I go.
No, I was gonna say I was reading what Mama said. Ina's ninja move shuriken is full frames faster than Momo's on recovery. Oh, okay.
This ain't guaranteed. Listen, I'm gonna say from now, we don't need to know the exact frame data of this game. It's not based around frames. It's not like Tekken where you need to know the 10 frame punish and the 12 frame punish. Do you see what I'm saying? It's because you know what I mean. It's not worth going into that much detail. That's what I will say. Anywho,
I agree because after a ninja move, you're either gonna do it again, dash or switch.
it's not even just that. Animation cancels.
Yeah,
This game is conducted around canceling your animation, even down to your circle combo. You press circle and you press circle again, you just cancel the animation. So that's what this
yeah.
is based on. Yeah,
Like Sugetsu's one is noteworthy though, but I'll show you after we done this anyway.
yeah, yeah. All right. So going over approach, right? So I'm gonna go. So first of all, one thing I always tell my students is the two questions that you need to ask yourself: what and why, right? So what it is, so this is approaching, this is closing the gap, right? And why do we do it, right? We mainly do it for aggressive reasons. You know, we usually want to lock them down to start an aggression, whether that be a combo or guard pressure of some sort, or even close range zoning. You can do that. But like I said, neutral. What is it? It's about controlling the distance between you and your opponent, and the approach. By controlling the distance, you want the distance to go shorter. So yeah, I mean, so we're going to close the distance, but that's what approaching does. We want to close the distance. Keep out is usually widening the distance. Approaching is closing the distance. So, what is the main thing that we do when we want to close the distance? What do we talk about? Now, let's go for the main thing that everyone uses is chakra dashing, right? So we need to know what are the properties of chakra dashing. So how many are there? There's your normal chakra dash. You can demonstrate while I talk. It makes my life easier. There's your normal chakra dash. There's your spark dash, and then there's your charge dash or turbo dash. People call it whatever people call it these days. Yeah.
By the way,
Now,
Charge Dash has the highest top speed out of all the
yeah,
dashes.
but that's why we're
That's
going to
why.
talk about the properties, right?
Mm.
So the hard dash, as E said, is the fastest dash of all of them, right? The spark dash, I believe, is not that much slower than a hard dash because it is quick, right? And then your normal dash is just your regular dash, right? So your normal dash is like your vanilla ice cream, right? Your your smart dash is like some vanilla ice cream with some chocolate chip with some flavor in there, right? And then your turbo dash is like I don't know, it's not even ice cream anymore, something else. Anyways, I couldn't think of nothing. That's what I got. So, um, So the normal dash and the spark dash, they have the same properties. It's just that the spark dash goes faster. So if I jump in the air and E dashes me from the ground, right? He's always gonna go to my person. Most of you know this, but I'm saying this for a reason. Yeah. So even though most of you know this, just still listen, right? If he spark dashes, it's gonna go to my person as well, right? Not juicy, nigga. There you go,
That was
right?
innocent, but no cap.
Alright, but if he turbo dashes right when I double jump, he will dash
You mean
right
hard?
underneath me.
You
Turbo
mean hard
dash,
dash?
charge dash, hard dash. People, there's many names for
Mm.
it. He will go right underneath me, right? He will not ever go to my person. Now, this is a key factor to use. Where people go wrong is from a far range. I'm going to showcase this. E. From a far range, what people tend to do, they may dash stop, like they'll dash stop like this, right, and go from there. But they always focus on trying to hit the person. So they always focus on trying to do that or trying to stop right in front of them and press their guard, right? What you want to do is you want to get to what I like to call this unreactable range, right? Now, you stand still. So everyone has an unreactable range, and this is a range where when you get in here, is anything you do is unreactable. If I dash E from here without telling him and say you gotta block my dash, you probably haven't seen this in the video, right? He can't. It's impossible unless he reads me. If he reads me and goes, I think he's gonna dash now, and then blocks, that's different. But he can never react to me. He can't react to me from here. It's impossible, right? Even if I tell him I'm gonna dash, I'm gonna dash you at some point. It's not happening.
Yeah,
Like
couldn't
it's
react.
not. It's too close. But if I do it from all the way back here and tell E I'm gonna dash you at some point, this man still didn't block. Okay.
My
So
bad.
E's unreactable range is far away. We've seen this. But yeah, we'll do it again, right? So if you see how E blocked it, yeah. So that's because everyone has an unreactable range. There's a range around you, right, where you can't react. Now, good players, their unreactable range circle, pretend there's like a circle around you, right? Their unreactable range circle, right, is a lot smaller, right? They have good reactions. Their fast reaction time, so it's smaller. Whereas an intermediate or beginner, for example, their unreactable range might be a bit wider because they have slow reactions, right? So this depends on the person. When you're approaching someone, you want to get into that unreactable range. Now, what do people tend to do when they're far away? Double jump, ninja move, kunai to the side, counter switch. Do you know what I mean? They're trying to do all of that, yeah? So because they're trying to do all of that, this is why you want to use the charge dash, yeah? Boom. You want to use the charge dash. Don't focus on getting to the person. Focus on getting close to the person with that charge dash. It gives you more control. What happens in your in the air dash? You can't stop the dash. So you want to use the charge dash so you can have more control of your approach. Stop that dash. Get in close, and then you can plan your attack with a trucker dash jump kunai or a double dash if they keep jumping a lot to guard manipulate. If you're experienced, you know the deal, right? But you want to get close first. Obviously, easier said than done, especially with good players, because they're going to be putting on movement, jutsu, all the rest of it. This is why you want to do your layering, right? Your jutsu switch, hard dash, get in close, boom, come here. You see what I'm saying, right? You want to layer them. So alongside doing that, getting in close, you want to layer your approach with jutsus, with double dashes, right? With kunai. Wherever your team has to offer, you want to layer your approach to close the gap and then plan your attack. You see what I'm saying? By utilizing your dashes, right? So we spoke about dashes now, yeah? Now movement wise, you lot have seen me say this back in the day. If you've been around and you've known me for a few years, you see me when I was having my movement arc. Walking, yeah? Walking is the safest form of movement. You have access to everything. Blocking, tilting, grabbing, jutsus, everything, right? If I run away from E and he walks towards me, right? Don't dash. He's going to catch me, right? If you can see, if you can see, if you can see, he's closing the gap, right? And this isn't like nothing. This is just how the game's designed. Approaching in this game is faster than retreating in this game with anything you do, right? If we flip it, so run away from me. If we flip it and I start chasing him, I'm gonna be faster than him, so I'm going to close the gap as well, right? So because I'm closing this gap, again, approaching is faster. Now let's do chakra dashes now. So I'm gonna say three, two, one. I want you to chakra dash me.
Mhm.
Yeah. So you can stand still. You can stand still. All right. So three, two, one. See how he caught me? So because he caught me, right? Because he caught me, it's because chakra dashing forward is faster than chakra dashing backwards. Like I said, anything going forward is faster than anything retreating. That's why when you're quote unquote running away, you gotta put up hurdles because the person is physically moving faster than you. So because they're physically moving faster than you, you gotta slow them down to your speed, right? And then go from there, right? So another reason why you want to use moving as well is there's this thing that I like to call something that I made up, why I call it spiraling in. And it's to use that concept. As we said, right? We move faster going in. Now, another thing with moving is that it dodges jutsus out the arse. Walking to the side dodges damn near everything. There's some stuff that it doesn't, but it dodges damn near everything from a fireball to certain kunais, you know what I mean, tilts. Like it dodges damn near everything, right? You don't have to ninja move. There are some stuff you have to ninja move, but a lot of the time you can just walk, right? Press XE.
Oh.
Um, so there's this thing I said called spiraling in, which is very good against people who like to spam jutsu or zone you, right? So if you're far away, what I like to do is I'll walk to the side like this, and I'll kind of walk diagonally towards them. Now, if you can see, I'm getting in close. You see how I'm getting closer to him, right? While I'm doing this, if E was to spam Shishi's Jutsu and Sasuke's Fireball, right? So go for E.
Say that again.
Spam Jutsus, apart from Mifunes. You see how like he's not hitting me, but I'm getting in close. This is what I like to call spiraling in. Yeah. So using that concept of what we spoke about, right? You can use this spiraling in method whenever somebody is trying to keep you out, paired with the dashes. So, for example, like I said, you can react from back here. If I dash and he shoots out a fireball, I block it, I can dodge it, walk to the side. As soon as he's finished, I can, boom, go in from there. Do you see what I'm saying? Or however you design it, right? But those are like the methods you want to use. Your approach game becomes strong because you need to mix up your approach game. You can't just expect to chakra dash in, chakra dash, move to the side. Obviously, you can ninja move to the side and go from here if you want to be quick. You can walk to the side if you want to take your time. Throwing up your speed patterns, your jutsu patterns, your layering. So you want to, the walking, the chakra dashing, the layering, right? The ninja moving, mixing up all of that will give you a strong approach game. And this is the missing piece that aggressive players don't have. A lot of aggressive players, right, like to focus on sub traps, guard pressure, combos, max damage. That's what they like, which you need. But, and this is why you hear most people complain, what's the point of all that if you can't catch the person? Do you see what I'm saying? If I can't catch E, I'm never going to pressure his guard. I'm never going to catch him in a combo. It's going to happen. So what needs to happen? If he can't run from me, let's say my approach game is so strong that E cannot, I catch E every single time. E, as a smart player, is going to go, well, I can't run from him, which means I have to fight him. And if he has to fight me, as the aggressive player, I get what I want. So because I get what I want, because he physically can't run away from me, we're scrapping. That's what I want to happen, because my aggression is better than his as an aggressive player. This is why Poison Okami, and I'm using him as a reference, has a very strong aggressive game. Because you cannot get away from him. I have tried. It doesn't work. You can't. It's possible. If this man decides that he wants to kill you, he's killing you. That's just what's gonna happen. No consent. He's decided, right? So that's that's why you want to have a strong approach game. Even as a defensive player, if you lost a health lead as a defensive player, you need to regain it. You need to have a strong aggressive. You need to have a strong approach game so you can quickly get that health lead back and then go back in your defense. So yeah, that's the fundamentals of approaching. Do you have any questions, or if he wants to input? Hmm.
Mm-mm.
So yeah,
I'm
there you
just
go. Go
I'm just saying that. So Midoriya asked, yeah, you know the thing where you chakra dash clash, and you have the advantage when
Mm.
you do a charge dash, but your opponent can counter if you want to
Mm.
punish. What can I do? So I was saying after a dash clash, different characters recover faster than others. It's dumb, but like for example, Nagato will recover much faster than like someone like Mifune. But it's best to do it. So if you dash me, RJ, oh no, yeah, dash me again. So you see how fast I recover, and if I do it with Mifune, just try and counter after the dash clash, RJ. Could you counter there?
Mhm.
So after the dash clash, just smash counter.
Yeah, I was. I'll do it again.
Oh, okay.
Didn't even know Dash came out.
There we go. See, Mifune got countered.
But that
But if I
first
do
hit
it with
was.
Renny Sasuke, yeah, it's because of the way his hit works. So if you win the dash clash and mash straight away, I want us to do it with Sasuke. Oh, okay. So you have to move. Yeah, based on the character, you may have to move forward or not.
I never known the stun being different. I just thought you have to be quick.
Yeah, you'd only know if you're on PC. Like, there's a different in frames. But
Oh,
some
that's just
characters,
PC.
yeah, some characters you have to walk forward more and then apply pressure. For example, with Mifune, I have to walk forward and mash, otherwise I'm gonna get counted every single time. Sasuke, because he goes forward a lot more during his combos, I can walk up to you less. So I can
What
mash
I
earlier,
do with
basically.
what I do with if you have characters with fast long range grabs, you can just dash
Yeah.
attack and grab. That's what I do.
Yeah, legit.
Because I play a live Hashirama, so I will fully dash
Mm,
clash you and grab. Or if you're like me, who like square characters, you just do it and then mash square.
facts. But like, for example, do it to me again. I can do that. If
Yeah.
I feel like he's gonna counter, I can just switch combo. But
So
yeah,
yeah.
so that's what you do
But
with
yeah,
that.
so that's your fundamentals on approaching, and obviously his input on dash clashing as well.
Yeah, if you're not confident, so Midoriya, after winning a dash clash, so RJ dash me again, you need to move towards them and mash before they get a chance to recover. So you move forward so that your mash starts closer to your opponent so they don't have a chance to counter. But if you haven't mastered that and you feel like you're not confident in the timing, RJ dash me again. Just walk up to them, switch combo. So even if they counter, I'm gonna do it slower so you can see it. Dash me again. Oh, I'm still doing it too fast. Dash me again. Oh, but like after you clash counter, mash counter.
I did.
Oh, ah, uh, okay, I counted. And let me do it again. Dash me again.
I did. I mashed it as
Oh,
well.
I'm doing it too good. All right. Oh, wait, dash me again. I'm too used to doing it.
So I have to wait for it. But yeah, Midoriya, because a lot of people say this, there is no best option that doesn't exist in any fighting game you play. It's
Mm,
just whatever suits that scenario against that player. But there is never ever a best option. Eid said this is Eid's option to countering, but for example, me, my option could be as I use square characters, pressing square, or if you have a good grabbing, or if you're playing Minato, tilt. It just depends on the scenario and what character matchup is in that scenario.
mm,
But there's never
very
ever
true.
a best option. It's just whatever suits that occasion.
Facts.
So is it more like a safe option? Yeah, you can say that. But there's a few safe options that you could do. But that's one of them. Yeah,
Yeah, switch combo is a
you can
safe
say that's
option.
a
So you
safe
see,
option because even if they hold block, for example,
mm,
you can even set up an upbreak pill. You can do combo buffer
exactly.
into upbreak pill, which is also a sub trap. But if they get
So
hit, you don't lose. So yeah,
yeah, because so if you dash me again, RJ, I'm just gonna demonstrate it. I'm gonna try and demonstrate it anyway. I'm not committing to anything, and even if he gets the counter off, I can counter. Boom, we reset back to neutral. So
yeah.
switch combo is a great way for applying pressure but not committing to anything because you're still
You can
safe.
even start like do it to me.
Mm,
Do it to me.
like dash you. Yeah.
Yes. You can even do stuff like this. You know what I'm saying? Like it doesn't have to be a mash. You can
Mm.
jutsu switch after it. You can grab after it. You can do what I did, chakra dash and go for that after it. Like you can do whatever you want. Do you know what I mean? Like even sometimes, like if you want to catch people off guard, wait, do it again.
Yeah,
Do you see what I'm
legit.
saying? Like you can be cheeky with it if you want to.
Uh,
Like literally, you're free to do whatever you want. It just depends. You
Facts.
see what
I'll
I'm
do it
saying?
again. I'm gonna dash you do the guard break again.
That's,
I could do that.
yeah. So yeah, it just depends on the scenario. And
Hmm.
that's with anything you do in this game. It just depends. There is no best or worst or whatever. It just depends.
Flow, the air counter is not practical. That's why you don't see it in like competitive play. It's actually not a practical technique. So I would never recommend it to anyone
You always,
that's
in
trying
my
to learn.
opinion, it's always best to keep it. You never want to do anything. If you ever see something complicated, it's because it's for a practical reason that complication only brings. But most complicated stuff, you're not really doing. Keeping it simple is better than trying to do stuff that's over the top for no reason.
Facts. Especially when you're learning the game. So I would never recommend advanced techniques to people learning the game. But yeah, Midora, being unpredictable is very good. But the key to being unpredictable is analyzing your opponent's playstyle and adapting accordingly. So for example, RJ, if you just run away, hello? Oh, I think he zeroed out. But for example, if my opponent is constantly running away like this, then I'm gonna do my hard dash so I can catch him. If he starts countering now, I need to layer my dash. So I'll start doing a hard dash, chakra dash cancel, then switch dash. So I'm being unpredictable as a response to my opponent's playstyle so I can punish them.
Exactly that.
So like, yeah, if you just run away, just run away. I can just do, oh, okay, so he switched there. Okay, so now I'm going to adapt it slightly. Boom, now I can catch him. Because I adjusted my playstyle. Because he just switched and I missed my dash to convert. I started layering it. So in case he did it again,
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't
I've
even mean
got a
to do that.
second
That was
dash.
just straight habit. That was literally just I didn't even mean to do it. That was literally just straight like oh shit, like it was just reflexes.
Man, like, but yeah. But it depends. It also depends on what kind of playstyle you want to develop. Do you want to learn safe aggression? Do you want to learn bombastic aggression? You know, it depends on what playstyle you want to apply as well. My playstyle is all about safe aggression. So after a dash clash, I'll either mash or do a switch combo because I want to apply pressure while still being safe. You have no idea how you guys are helping us Nigerians better this game. Thanks. No worries, bro.
Bro, it's all good. Like I said, I always try and help where I can as well. Obviously, you lot are helping me too. Like I said, I need to get my watch hours up, so you lot tuning in to get my watch hours up, so I can get that. Definitely is a help to me as well. So it's kind of like an exchange. You know what I'm saying?
So you're like me, Medora, yeah, because I used to be used to bombastic slash reckless aggression, but the game doesn't reward that. So for example, RJ, just punish, I'm gonna be recklessly aggressive, just punish me any way you want. Boom, punished already. I'm just gonna keep dashing him. Boom, punish, he punished me with a dash clash win. Boom, he mashed me. Boom, I got ran into a jutsu. Okay, now I'm gonna start using safe aggression. Ooh, unlike.
He said,
But you see how I'm
unlike.
catching him more often just from that simple switch, so that's what you need to learn. But I've got guides on safe aggression anyway, so
Yes, yes.
caught him on landing frames. Nice Rasengan.
Man said
But
special.
yeah, so you're going through that transition. And the key to safe aggression is layering your dashes. So switch dashes, chakra dash cancelling is a key. You can't master safe aggression without learning how to do chakra dash cancelling. Because like RJ said, I'm constantly getting in his unreactable range and then I can just pressure him. So literally, look, every single time I'm getting into that unreactable range. Doesn't matter what distance I'm at. Look at that. So master chakra dash cancelling.
Yo, what's
And
up,
at
Emmy?
this
How are you,
range,
bro?
it's a long day.
Make sure if you like in the stream as well to hit that like button. Know what I'm saying?
Facts. Like the stream, support the cause. But yeah,
Man like. Love to see it. Good, good, good.
RJ, after I get into that unreactable range, how can I
So
pressure?
the most common option that people do use. So once you get to the unreactable range, I'm gonna say roughly. So a good estimate to generalize it is around here where I'm standing. This would be like a comfortable one that most people may have. So what usually you do from here, again, it depends on the scenario. So the most common one is dash switch into Chokokunai. The reason why this is good is because one, instant guard break if you do it right. If he's holding block and I do it right, his guard is red, right? So again, if they hold guard, they get punished for that. Um, if they try and move, the dash will clip them as well. So you'll go from there. And then it becomes a mix-up game as well because obviously they have the option to counter if you mash, but you can also go for a combo buffer as well. Again, that covers multiple options. If they're jumping a lot, for example, so if I get in close and they're jumping a lot, let's say they're double jumping like this, then a dash switch can guard manipulate them into a combo as well. So again, it depends on how your character is reading your opponent. What's good, Jan? How are you, bro? It really depends on how your character is moving. You gotta pay attention to what your character is doing. If he's jumping a lot, like this in this height, then you can guard manipulate them. If he's pretty stagnant, pretty stationary, you can punish them for that. Do you know what I mean? If they're ninja moving a lot like this, then you can punish them for that. What's the safest thing that they're gonna do? They're gonna do a counter switch. So what you gonna do to beat that? You're gonna do a double dash, right? That beats most options. And then anything they try and do, you adjust. So once you get into the unreactable range, it really depends, but those are like the main options that most people use. If you have a good
Mm,
jutsu, for example, like a pain, then most people what they'll do is they'll dash like this, stop, and then they'll pain tilt. But if they try and ninja move out, or they'll jutsu or something like that as well. But those are more character specifics.
hmm Universal chakra dash cancelling, switch dashing, spark switch dashing, as RJ said. Then character specifics would be me doing Shisui switch jutsu and charging in. I'm charging in while Shisui's covering me. Or if I want to snipe someone, I'll do that with Mifune, then convert.
Yep.
Or
So
I can
Shadow
even do
asks,
that
when's the right moment to call support? So to call support, not switch.
when
Again,
though.
it depends. I can't
Mm,
really give you a straight answer because it depends on what support you have. Obviously, support jutsus are designed for different things. For example, if I'm playing Minato, right, and I might call a support on his guard. So that if I'm pressuring his guard, I might push like this just so I can continue the guard pressure. Usually sticks to him. Do you see what I'm saying? But it kind of depends. Do you know what I mean? Or I might call a support to get in like this if I've got a long range support. But it really depends on what support you have. Yeah. But even then, what most people do just to save the bar is they'll just switch into that person. So, like for example, they'll jutsu switch like this and then go from there just to save them the bar. So I can't really give you a definitive answer for that. It depends on what support you have and what team you have in general at that time.
yeah, no, facts, 100% agree. So like, for example, with pain, pain isn't a support for you to go in, it's a support that covers you. So for example, if RJ had me in an air combo, I would call pain to get me out of that air combo. I would never call pain to get in. For example, Shisui, for example, yeah, RJ, get me in an air combo. He's not someone that's going to get me out of an air
Yep.
combo because he stays on the ground and his jutsu doesn't go upwards. Same with Mifune. He's not getting me out of an air combo.
Whereas, hmm
Huh?
but I was gonna show you the touchies.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Yo,
yeah,
what's
good
good?
point.
Press. What's it? Prestingini? I'm gonna call you Press if you don't mind. But Preston, what's good, bro?
I've
Love
been
to see you
binging.
come through.
Oh,
So
man,
Yan
like,
asks, says my meta team, the last Naruto, Sasuke the last, and Pain. What's a good game plan with that team? Well, Um, that team is pretty well rounded, I would say. So you're pretty flexible to kind of do what you want. You can play off of like Naruto a bit more in terms of guard pressure and defense, but if you want to play off of like Sasuke a bit more, both of his combo potential and his neutral with his priority jutsu, you can. Like that team is pretty well rounded, so you can pretty much do it all from there, I would say. Or you can even
Yeah,
play
that
off of
team.
Pain's Naruto. You got double strike back, so you can even play off of that. Yeah, you've got a lot of options for a game plan. There isn't really one game plan. That team's pretty well rounded. It doesn't do one thing. It kind of does everything. So you have the freedom to choose your game plan how you desire. Mhm.
Facts. The team specializes in keep out and lockdown, so like RJ said, you can do what you want with that. But yeah, like so if I get RJ in an air combo, you can call Itachi to get him out of the air combo. So you need to look at your character, what their jutsu does, and identify how best to use that basically. But you can also use Itachi to get in as well. So he could dash up and call Itachi, and the fireball can cover his dash, like so. And then he can start guard pressure. Shisui is also very good at doing that. He's better at doing that Itachi because he throws out three. So if RJ blocks, I can go into instant guard break, or I could go
Pre.
into
Okay, cool. I got you. Presty. I got you.
or I could go into a grab if RJ blocked.
So Presty, we've spoke about how to approach your opponent. We spoke about when to use your supports, obviously depending on what support you have. We spoke about more specific stuff as well, so characters and that. The VOD will stay up, so if you want to ever go back, you can go back and watch it. And the how to approach your opponent, I will be doing a video on that. So yeah.
Yeah, man. So yeah, Shisui specializes in covering your approach. So, oh, you didn't block again. I'm gonna need you to block RJ. So I could do. Oh, it doesn't matter. So I could do that, and then obviously if I'm goated, I can get the combo after with Mifune. I wasn't goated that time.
RJ, you gonna talk about guard pressure in this one? I do. The thing is, the reason why I spoke about approaching because I didn't have a video. If you want the guard pressure one, I would definitely suggest going to the video. If you do have any specific questions with the guard pressure, I'll ask it. But to do the whole thing like how I did with approach, when I have a video on it, I'm gonna be repeating myself the same thing in the video, so I might as well direct you there. RJ, who's the best student you have taught in terms of skill? Do you mean like the strongest? Like who's the strongest student that I have? Okay, I'll definitely watch that whenever you guys are done talking about Shizui and supports. Would you mind going over countering switch tech dashes? So what, double dash like this? Or just switch tech in general? Like not the combos, but the double dash. Okay, so how to counter this? So, well, most people when they use switch tech, they usually just use two normal dashes. You can space that out. Obviously, you're not gonna really counter. You gotta think about what is the purpose of this? Like, why do people do that? They do it to lock you down while obviously avoiding the counter option as well, because you can't counter the first dash. And because dashing have quite a bit of tracking on it from a mid range, you can't really sidestep on the floor like this either. Because if you do on the floor like this, you'll get hit. If you walk around like this, you'll get hit. So it has a lot of tracking on the floor. If they've already dashed you on the floor, then you have the freedom to jump and you can dodge a lot of dashes, especially if they're far away. Because if they're far away, then they'll go up with you. We spoke about the dashes when it comes to approaching as well, which will probably help with that as well. If you do watch that fundamentals and you go back, it probably will help because we do talk about the properties of the dashes and how to use them as well, and that will probably help you in how to counter it as well. Yes, I would say my strongest students right now is between Cold Revenge, Hokage Adrian. I did help. I did teach Soul Demon with Indra, so I would more say he's me and Indra's student. But But because with the others, like I taught them, so I would say Adrian and Cole's Revenge. Them two are pretty strong.
It sounds like you're not moving enough, Ramen. So it kind of conditions you because I'm assuming, I haven't seen the gameplay, but I'm assuming your defense is stagnant. So once he's approaching you, you feel overwhelmed and you stop moving. And once you stop moving, you give Ken enough time to set you up for 1,000 setups. So for example, RJ is really good at that, his setups. Anytime I stop moving, he sets me up like Shikamaru. The way I stop that is that I'm constantly moving. And if I'm not constantly moving, I'm not letting him breathe so he doesn't have time to set me up.
And it's also like how you move. Also, what's up, Playco? Nice to see you. But it's also like how you move as well. Again, don't just ninja move for the sake of ninja move or jump for the sake of jumping sake. Because anyone who's knowledgeable will punish you for those things. You still need to mix up your options. So you need to cover yourself with double dashing. This is where I talk about the infinite guard strategy as well. Jutsu switching, dash switching, those are that is more OP than any kind of buffer. Just jutsu switching and dash switching. Doing this, right, and saving your chakra, and doing this and saving your chakra is so strong. But you need to know when to do it and how to like. Do you know what I mean? There's a lot of requirements, but it is a really strong thing to do because people are so focused on the tech, they don't realize how strong simple things like jutsu switching is. You see what I'm saying?
He said, how would I deal with neutral heavy team? Yeah, switch dashing. So I'm gonna spam Inferno Fireball RJ, just deal with it. Oh yeah, or you can just walk past it, either or.
That's what I would do. You're gonna run out of chakra eventually.
Facts.
They can walk away like this, or what you can also do as well, if you want to be a bit aggressive with it, is that you can double dash like this. The only thing with double dashing, if people, for example, like E, right? E does this a lot. They like to layer their jutsus, right? I've already expressed how strong walking is. Walking is in my opinion the strongest form of movement and also the safest. It's just you got to know how to deal with it. But if you do want to use double dashes, you can, especially against the Inferno Fireball. But for example, against Shizui, a double dash won't work. Against that, yeah, I mean, unless you're touchy and just skitty butt around the corner, right? You see how I still went? Yes, you can do that. But against other jutsus, right, that doesn't work. I'm gonna throw Dunzo in the mix, right? Dunzo, Madara's Flame Wall, that stakes out. Nagato, double dashes don't work on those jutsus. This is where you can use jutsu switches. So this requires a bit more knowledge here. So depending on what you're up against, is depending on how you correspond. But a neutral heavy team, neutral is so broad, it can be played in so many different ways that I can't even give you a definitive answer for that. Because neutral can be you can be neutral aggressive with a lot of combo buffers. This is where teams like the first Hokage, the last Naruto, Stormfree Madara, Pain, with Pain's with his tilt and his jutsu, a little close range neutral games. That is very different to playing a high spam neutral game where someone likes to play far away and play a keep out game. So it's kind of like what you're up against, really. I can't really give you like a definitive answer. So it kind of depends. If you're up against a Zona, then you can like waste time, wait for them to run out of chakra. They're gonna obviously charge their if they're good, they're gonna try and charge their chakra behind it. That can give you a bit of an opening. This is where I speak about spiraling in when I'm talking about approaching. So walking to the side, slowly closing the gap to dodge the fireball, and then once you because they want to get away from you, right? Controlling that neutral, like I said, is controlling the distance between you and your opponent. Somebody who wants to play keep out wants to widen that distance. Someone who wants to play aggressive wants to close that distance. So, like I said, you need to put them in a position that they don't want to be in.
Mm.
Also, your health lead matters. Having a health lead against a defensive player is something that a defensive player loves having their health lead because they don't have to go in. If the time runs out, they win. If they lose a health lead, the player can no longer be defensive if you don't come in because if the time runs out, they lose. So if you
Facts,
let's say you're
yeah.
aggressive play, you can't get in, the defense is too strong, but you have the health lead, just wait them. They're gonna approach you at some point or you're gonna win. Just make sure you don't take damage. So it really depends. Yo, what's up, Tippy? What you saying, bro? So yeah, it kind of depends on what the neutral playstyle is, but yeah, I've been trying to get spark dashing down, but I'm not understanding how to do it. So you can do a spark dash. All a spark dash is if you mash circle like this, you see how there's like a splash there? That's still a spark dash. All you're doing is you're pressing dash after one hit like this. So you press circle and you dash. Circle, dash. Circle, dash. You see, I'm doing it. It's not even fast. The reason why it looks techie is because good players do it quick. They okay, unless I can't do it, fucking hell. Oh my god, oh wait, I'm dumb. I don't have tracker. I don't have tracker. Good players, they'll do it quick, basically. So because they'll do it quick, it looks techie. But it's really just one circle dash. That's it. Even if like all the spark dash is that you can only get a spark dash from a combo, and how we use it in the neutral is we cancel the first hit with the dash. So we're canceling this first hit with the dash to get it real quick. That's all that's happening.
Then you also have the pre-save Spark Dash, where you can get by input skips, or you can get it by character-specific techniques. Like for example, Sai, if you dash during his IC3 of his air combo, you get a pre-save every time. I have an issue with people who use layered switch tech and that's insane. Honestly, switch dashing, patience is going to be your first friend along with jutsu knowledge. So if you don't know how to get counter Danzo's jutsu, you're going to get blown up. Like if you don't know that double dashing doesn't work on it and you have to dodge it or make sure you walk your way in, then you're going to get blown up. So yeah, that takes experience and patience, I'm not going to lie to you. It's not something that you're going to overcome overnight if you don't have the knowledge.
But yeah, I think that is all the questions we have so far. I think the walking is going to help me a lot. Definitely. Not many. Like I said, I've done a movement guide long time ago. To be fair, I need to do an updated version of it because I was watching the movement guide before, and I was like, yeah, I need to definitely do an update version of this. So, but walking, trust me, walking is very very strong. Like if you've been following me for a while, you lot will know how much that I stress that walking is strong.
Um, I'd recommend. Hold on, let me see if I can
Correct, you
find
do
the
do it
right.
with the infinite god tech, yeah. But the infinite guard tech, like again, like you can ninja move with it, but walking is safer.
If you wanna see how players utilize aggression at the highest level, so safe aggression.
Now you can dodge dancers from far away by walking. The thing is with
Yeah.
Dancer's jutsu is very big, but it doesn't track a lot. It does have some tracking on it, but it's a big jutsu. That's why. But you can walk to the side and dodge that all day long.
Yeah, you can dodge Dancer's Wind by walking. Even his awakening combos, you can dodge it by walking.
There's usually no players to actually get better for real. Yeah, a lot of people I feel like the common thing that I get from the people I teach is they say that they don't feel like there's anyone to practice against. The thing is, you can learn fundamentals against anyone you come across in ranked. It doesn't have to necessarily be a strong person. That's because what you need to focus on isn't necessarily the fight, but utilizing the stuff in matches. Even if you're doing it against somebody you're better than, still utilizing these things. Sometimes it's better to fight someone you're better than because you still have the pressure of a match, but you'll still have the time and space to control the match and utilize it when you can. And then when you get fight someone else, because you can physically do it, now that you're fighting someone who where you lose control, do you know what I mean? It's easier to kind of digest.
How about dealing with pain is tilt, bro? Sub to punish. If you ever see some see, I'm gonna kill RJ and demonstrate it. But if you ever see someone spamming Pain's tilt, a lot of people don't know this, unfortunately, which is surprising. Anytime you get hit by it, if you sub straight away, it's a guaranteed punish. They can't jump out of it and they can't counter. So if you're having trouble with
Oh,
that,
fun fact, yeah. You see that Sasuke? You know if you
yeah,
hollow step, right?
yeah,
After the ult combo, right, where he bounces you up, if you hollow step and do a one hit jutsu buffer, it's a combo.
yeah, because the stun time is increased if you juggle in it.
Hmm. And
Nasty.
you do a one hit jutsu buffer right there, it combos.
Why didn't it not register? But yeah, it's just it's very, very awkward. I rarely go for that. It's very, very awkward to do. I'm not gonna lie.
You'll get it. Once you done it's muscle, once you get it, you'll get it. Because I can do it.
Yeah.
So once you I know obviously you can get it. Like if you did it a few times, you'll be calm, like 100%.
Mm.
Mm.
Thanks for the pain tip. You're welcome. And
I
then
have a
when you
big
get
problem
better,
trying to lock down people with good defense. Well, that just means that your approach game needs to be better.
mm,
Like I said, some teams are better at doing other things. You can do everything on a fundamental level, but some teams are better doing other things because how you got to think about it is what most people do wrong as well is they'll kind of dash in and expect you to go, oh, I'm just gonna double dash and mash circle, and then they go, oh, I can't lock people down. Maybe try and go in with a ninja move. So maybe do a dash ninja move into a jutsu or an air jutsu, depending on the jutsu you have. Do you see what I'm saying? Like it doesn't necessarily have to be circle to get in or tilt to get in or one way of. Do you know what I mean? Mix up your options, kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? You can do a lot more than you think. Tippy.
oh RJ, pick pain, pick pain.
Yo, what's
Versace
good,
Games, long
Fazachi?
time no see.
Long time no see, for real. How are you, Brisky?
Yeah, so Rene Sasuke is such a techie character. Oh my days. But yeah, no, I 100% agree with you, RJ. There's a lot of things that people just underrate. It's a shame because majority of the community isn't fundamental based. That's why people also enjoy watching EU players. They're
I know
really
it's hard,
techie
Tippy,
slash
but I
fundamental
believe in
based.
you, bro. I know you got this, Brisky.
Yeah, no, it is hard. I genuinely feel like I know RJ will disagree with me, but the game favors defense. Slash defend. I feel like defending is easier. So genuinely locking down someone that has a good defense is hard. But
I'll still
Tippy
disagree to the cosmos.
and yeah,
I
Tippy,
always disagree.
I'd recommend watching my how to catch. I'll send it. How to catch players with good defense video. So
I
watch it and
think,
come back and let me know what you think. Let me know
I
if it
think,
helps.
they're both as hard as each other for different reasons.
Mm,
Before I used to be like defense all the time. I'm not gonna lie, I still do lean that I think that this game favors aggression a little bit. But for
mm,
argument's sake, I think that they're
mm,
both as hard as each other, but for completely different reasons.
mm.
Mm. I
It
don't
might
get
even be a
the
thing
hollow
where
step
like
concept. So like, how are you doing it during a fight? I need someone to do it in front of me. Okay, so I can explain that to you. I'll let you say what you need to say first.
I don't even know
Unless
what I
you.
was gonna say. But Tippy, just watch that video that I sent and come back to the stream.
Okay, so how you want to utilize hollow stepping? So obviously, hollow stepping again is a technique that you can use in multiple different ways. It can be used for combos, it can be used for guard pressure, it can be used for mix, it can be used for safety, it can be used for hard reads. Like it can be used for so many reasons, right? That's why it probably feels overwhelming. You're like, it can be used for all these reasons, but I just don't know when those reasons happen. So what I
Mm,
would say to do to just get used to hollow stepping is if you do have a combo, if you do have like a combo that does it, I don't have a character. Well, fuck, I'll do with him, right? If you have a combo, you can do it. Try and do it in a combo, right? Just get used to doing it in a combo. Once you get used to doing it in a combo, you'll kind of just be used to doing it in a match mentally for you. Then once you do it, try and do it on guard pressure. So if, for example, let's say you're playing in pain, right, and you get to the point where you do it here, try and throw Kuna behind it. Go from here, right? Obviously, once you land, you can do what you want from there.
Essentially, think about hollow stepping as it's used mainly as a way to extend pressure. Whereas, first one is extending pressure during a combo, as RJ demonstrated. Like here, like I don't need to use hollow stepping here, but I can. Or you can use it to extend guard pressure, like RJ showed with pain. It can also be used as a defense mechanic after sub. So, for example, if you think someone's gonna sub, you can hollow step away during a combo to make
Yeah.
yourself
So
more safe, basically.
Yeah. So um yeah, so you can use it in guard pressure. Now, what a lot
Yeah.
of people do as well is in guard pressure they'll jump like this. Now,
Mm.
the thing is with this, what you got to think about is what do you get from doing this, right? Like what do you offer? If someone subs, oh, stop fucking up. If someone subs, right, then you can get closer and go from there. That's why you subbing. But
Facts.
also, right, and this is where okay, I don't have an air combo, right? But for example, right, with Shikamaru, whole block, with Shikamaru, if I do this, it's usually not that great because it doesn't have any tracking behind it, right? But with a hollow step, what do I get? Distance. Yeah. Now that's one factor, right? Because if I hollow step at this range, it still hits his jutsu, right? And it also gives you a bit of a range dynamic. Now you're thinking to yourself, oh, they're just gonna ninja move out. This is where you can deploy your supports. If, for example, let's say I had an air support, or let's say I'm even using pain, I can go from here and then go back into pain. Do you know what I'm saying? So then it gives you a little bit of a far range dynamic because as you saw, I was able to pressure again from there, correct? But then I could also, and Pain is a bad person with this because the juicy only hits once, but the concept is still the same, right? You can go as far as you want. As you saw, I did that and I pressured with Pain, but I can also go, just come for the whole block, but I can also, do you see what I'm saying? I can go back to Shikamaru from here. So it creates that distance where you can then play with the camera a little bit. So again, like you can use hollow step in creative ways, but you want to break it down first. Get used to using it in combos, get used to using it in guard pressure in terms of if there's any space, like I said, if there's any space like this where you have a lot of space here, then you can utilize it there. Get used to the basic ways of doing it, and then you can get creative. Don't just think about getting creative from the
Facts.
get go.
Facts. So, for example, if RJ, if you guard then tilt out of Sasuke's gap, he punished me for doing no normal guard pressure. So now I'm gonna do the guard pressure by using hollow stepping. Oh, do it again. Oh yeah, his tilt is way too fast. I'm gonna cover it myself actually. I can. Oh nah, yeah, nah. Bun pain is too
Yeah,
good. Do use Shikamaru actually. Yeah, so I can do that. So I stopped his tilt and continued my guard pressure. And then obviously, if I want to
what you
cover
can
myself,
do for pain though is hollow step, but just hold guard. That's a punish. And this is something that with pain, if you do place your tilts wrong and you do know that the pain player likes to tilt, just jump or hollow step and do it and hold guard, and you can get a punish on pain. So when you land mash circle, yeah. So do go to Sasuke. I want you to hollow step, guard, and then just mash circle after you block it. That's a punish. Like that's a punish. Yeah.
like
So
after pain's tilt, like if you do a tilt, then just counter,
yeah.
just in neutral. Look how long it takes him to counter.
Yeah, you have to mash circle and counter. Because you're locked in that animation, you can't. So for you to get it quick, you have to mash circle and counter. And a good player, like you won't even see the move come out. You see how you don't see the move come out?
Mm.
So that's obviously the safest that he can make it, other than obviously switching. Switching is obviously him making it safe. But yeah.
And, and if you go back to pain again, then tilt, then jump. Look how long it takes him to jump. And then so if you tilt, guaranteed punish every time. So just keep
Yeah.
mashing tilt, RJ. Guaranteed punish every time. So that's why I was saying the counter to pain's tilt is you literally sub it and then mash. Is literally guaranteed.
Hmm.
Unless obviously they switch after the tilt, but then that's mind game. So then obviously if you're able to predict it, so I'm gonna dash you, RJ. So when I dash you, just tilt. Oh, I was dashed too fast.
Oh my god.
I was wondering like, yo. Oh, let me dash you again. Oh my days. The struggles are real, man.
It's because you're too close to me. I
Yeah.
think so. I have ultra
I'm
reflex or
just
something.
I'm just gonna walk towards you just tilt. So then you. Oh my days.
Just ninja, just dash me from far away. No, not that far. I'm not ready yet. Alright, go on.
Yeah, nah, the input weren't register fast enough. And then, oh, I'd get you. So I'm just gonna walk to you, just tilt me, and I get into the range. Time's up. But what I'm trying to show is that if you're able to predict it, you can punish it in it, and then there's two ways of punishing it, basically. You just gotta practice it and predict it. Yeah, facts. But with the sub punish, you don't even have to predict it. You can react to it. So if you see them tilt, just be like, oh crap, E and RJ told me that if I get hit by the tilt, I can sub and mash for a guaranteed punish. Or you can jump and mash for a guaranteed punish, as we were showing if you're in range. But let's say you're predicting it, so this is Rico, touchy level, yeah? If you're able to predict it, you can strategize yourself and go for optimal punish, which what I'm about to show. So for example, I'm just gonna walk towards you, RJ, just tilt.
Yo, what's good, bro?
You can do that and then go into wake up pressure. Boom, it's a long day for him. Or let's say he's on no subs, yeah, and you want that optimal punish, yeah, this is what I would do. Alright, I'll do it again. Okay, not that, that's a switch dodge. Counter parry, boom. And then he's on no subs, max damage. So that's something that Rikudo Itachi would do if you're able to predict the tilt.
Yo, what's
So
good,
there's
Brooks?
levels.
What's good, bro?
There's
Nice to meet you. What are we learning today? We're just
I
going
was about to
over.
say members gang, you know, I'm not gonna lie.
Uh, I thought it was history,
Nah, for
man.
real though.
Nah, we went over a lot already. So the fundamentals to approaching. Went over the chakra dashes, the priorities or the principles of chakra dashes, how to use your supports, how to deal with tilt spam, how to play neutral. We went over quite a bit actually. So if you want to rewatch it, you're more than welcome. What fundamental training do I need to do in practice to strengthen my fundamentals?
Ooh, can I take this one, RJ?
I think you can if you want to.
Let's go. So, right, what fundamentals do you need to learn? Because RJ, as RJ would say, fundamentals is a wide category. There's switch tech fundamentals, chakra dash cancelling fundamentals, kunai ninja fundamentals, switch dodging fundamentals. There's many. So, which one do you want to master?
I'm
You're
talking
not
about
gonna be able to
mastering.
learn.
If you want to practice your overall fundamentals, you need to go over the three categories, which is neutral, guard pressure, and combo.
Mm,
With neutral, it's pretty broad, but
yeah.
comboing, guard pressure, I would recommend watching the videos where I go over them and trying to imitate what I talk about, because all of those things that he suggested is going to make up that, anyways.
Mm,
So that includes your movement, your approach, your keep out, your guard pressure, your comboing, your sub traps, your max damage, your, do you know what I mean, your jailing, your mix ups. What even are those things I said? Do you know what I mean? So knowing what that even is in the first place.
mm. I just recommend focusing on, like obviously RJ said, pick one category and then focus on one, because it's such a
Correct.
broad category
Exactly.
and you have to train so much to buff them. That's why I always just say, what fundamentals do you want to learn? Let's say someone said, I want to learn chakra dash cancelling. I would literally coach you, and we're only focusing on that because you need to know what it is, how to use it, how to apply it in an intense battle, and how to optimize it. And that can take you weeks on just that one thing.
See, a lot of people tell me switch tech, and no one really says like, let me improve my guard pressure, for example, or my approach, or my keep up, or my sub traps. Those are all things that are so important and more important than switch tech.
Yeah, 100%. I'm not gonna go over switch tech because switch tech is character specific. Not everyone's switch tech is good. For example, Kirin Sasuke's switch jutsu is really not that good. The only way you make it good is if you've used chakra dash cancelling. So, for example, yeah, and even no, Sarada's one is actually better than Kirin Sasuke. I'm not gonna lie, because you can actually layer that pretty nicely and switch back and forth. But for example, if you block RJ, because I've mastered chakra dash cancelling, I can do this. Did you guys see me stop my dash, or did the smoke cover it? Did you guys see me stop my dash during the explosion? RJ, did you see it?
Yes.
Oh, you're listening.
There's no way you could all expected a different answer.
Uh, why you like this? Why you like this? Shouldn't have asked you. Oh, Shadow said nope. Okay, the reason why you didn't see it is because when a fireball hits someone's guard, there's an explosion and there's smoke. You see that period where there's smoke. You
It's a
cannot
smoke
see
screen.
anything behind that. Exactly.
Hmm.
Smoke screen, visual mix up. If you play 2D fighters, you know exactly what I mean when I say visual mix up. So what I'm doing is timing my chakra dash cancel when that smoke appears and then stopping my dash and then continuing my guard pressure. You can't react to what you can't see. And that's how I make Kirin Sasuke's fireball good in that situation. Or I could do this. I could grab him. Okay, I didn't time it perfectly. But I could grab him and he can't react to it because he doesn't know what's going on. Well, RJ can because he knows how I play. But a typical player won't. So that's how you make it good. But I can only do that because I've mastered Chakra Dash cancelling. So anytime I use Kirin Sasuke's fireball and I know my opponent's going to block, I can cover it and go for a grab or go for guard pressure. Even though his switch jutsu isn't that good. Or I could go for like an instant guard break or whatever. So you could go, oh, he already broke his guard. But yeah, you get the point anyways. But Chakra Dash cancelling, honestly, I'd recommend to watch this video. I could explain it, but my video does it best. So watch Chakra Dash cancelling episode 1, and then come back to the stream, bro, if you have any questions. Who has a good visual jutsu? Madara loud singing jutsu, that's probably one of the best visual mix-ups in the game. Alright,
Alright,
Phil,
in a
see you
bit,
later.
Flo. I mean, Momoshiki's one's also pretty good. This lands pretty well. You can't see nothing.
Yeah, facts.
Like when that jutsu hits your guard, you literally can't see anything. I could be doing
Facts.
anything. You'll have no clue.
Facts. Facts. So you could do a setup like that. Boom, instant guard break. Boom. If I had strike back, I'd get strike back, but I don't because I'm E. But yeah. So that's what you can do with Chakra Dash cancelling.
But yeah, I'll only be streaming for about 10 more minutes, so I'll probably come off at the o'clock. So if you have any questions, get them in now. I would say.
Sokomade. Sokomade. Oh, RJ, did you watch the highlights yet or no?
No, I
Oh,
didn't
you
even know that
didn't?
the highlights was out.
Yeah, bro.
If yeah, I've been at work and I didn't even know the highlights was out in the first place.
Yeah, bro. We touched this. Some video touches highlights, bro. Mm-mm-mm. Speaking of visual noise, I often see new players struggle with where they use their eyes and to pay attention on the screen where they watch the subs. Yeah, a lot of new players don't know how to read the HUD, so the heads-up display. Honestly, that comes with fighting. It's something that's very hard to teach because it's not natural to look at it anyway. You would only know to look at it if you have fighting game experience. But what I'd recommend is that we watch your fights back because the HUD is very useful at telling you when to go in and when to not. So, for example, yeah, I'd start off with subs because everyone, regardless of whether you're new to the game or not, everyone looks at subs because that tells you, okay, my opponent has no subs, I can go in. My opponent has subs, so okay, I need to maintain the neutral. So start off with that. If your opponent has no subs, you need to go in and try and convert into a combo. If they have no chakra, you need to bum rush them because they can't do anything. They basically can't do anything. They're like a helpless baby, and you need to beat them up basically. So I'd start off with teaching them how to read subs because everyone naturally looks at that when they're playing this game. No problem, Ergix, you're welcome. But subs and chakra is probably the most important things to view when you're looking at the heads up display, not even their health. to be honest. I'm not gonna lie to you. Because even if they have 1 HP, if they have full chakra and full subs, doesn't mean like they're gonna be easy to catch. But to get to
Yeah,
the
of
next level is
course. If
tough.
it was
Yeah,
easy, if it was easy, then everybody be doing
I lie.
it.
Everybody would be a Rikidori Tachi, man. But you gotta put in that work, and you gotta have the knowledge, you gotta have the mindset, man. You gotta have the discipline.
So yeah, I'm probably gonna call it for then. So obviously, I hope you guys have learned something. E, obviously, if you wanna put your stream thing in, I mean, to be fair, I'd be surprised if you don't aren't subscribe to E
I
already.
would
But just in
recommend
case, by all means.
I would recommend watching this video, World Class. It's called World Class Optimization. This is kind of the highest level of Naruto in terms of mastery of team synergy, low tiers, and optimizing all the mechanics in the game. So definitely check it out.
Yeah. So guys, I hope you're doing well. Check out what you said as well. If you have anything as well regarding the fundamentals of the game, you can check it out. I talk about neutral guard pressure comboing. I will be doing others as well, and I will and keep an eye on that community tab because I will be letting you know what dates that I choose to start up again.
Woo woo!
So yeah, I'll bid you guys all farewell.
In a bit, broski. Oh wait, I'm still gonna be here. Never mind. In a bit, guys. Thanks for coming through. Make sure you like the stream before you go out, and make sure you subscribe to RJ's channel, man. Best teacher in Song 4.